Hi, good morning, everyone. On behalf of DTE Energy and the Michigan Minority Supplier Development Council, I just want to welcome everybody to this webinar on sustainable supply chain business practices.
So good morning, I'm Dan Mouchon with DTE Energy Supplier Diversity. I'm going to welcome you to the DTE Energy Diverse Supplier Mentorship Program Sustainability Training. Hope everyone is healthy and safe. Thank you for attending this session and for participating with the mentorship program. I want to run through a couple things. Our safety word for the day is right on red. Turn right on red only if it's legal and safe. In some states, it is legal to turn right on red. Look both ways for pedestrians and bicyclists before turning to ensure their safety. Look for signs posted that may say no turn on red or after stop, right turn permitted on red before proceeding. And our diversity and inclusion word of the day is diversity is the one true thing we all have in common. Celebrate it every day. Close those out. And go ahead, you can flip. We're going to give you a few notes to our mentorship program, just some updates. I sent an email out on July 2nd, just kind of talking through the effects that the COVID-19 pandemic has had on the program. With all that was happening, it was a very busy second quarter for everyone. I hope everyone's doing well, both personally and business-wise. We were foregoing the Q2 quarterly team meetings, and we've extended the program through the end of the year, basically December 31st. We originally had it scheduled to end at the end of the third quarter this year, but we've extended it an extra quarter. So regarding quarterly meetings, again, please proceed with those team meetings for Q3 and Q4. Remember, the meetings should be driven by the mentored supplier using the scorecard and review of metrics and action items. And then as of now, obviously all meetings need to be scheduled as virtual meetings. So DTE Energy uses Microsoft Teams, that's preferred, but we can obviously connect to any platform as needed. Next slide, please. As far as training goes, we had the four safety sessions, which really were fantastic. We thank you for all that participated in all of those. Hope you found them informative. This obviously is a sustainability training presented by Energy Sciences, and then we will be having our continuous improvement training coming up in Q4. Survey is still on its way for the overall program, so we can learn and move forward in our next program. And then the last note is that graduation and the move to alumni program for all of the mentored suppliers in this session will happen in Q4. And again, we're working on a date for that. Any questions regarding anything regarding the mentorship program, please contact myself or a supplier diversity team representative within your group. And that's it. With that, I'll turn it back over to Energy Sciences. Michelle, thank you guys.
Thank you. So I'm Michelle Peters. I'll be your trainer for today. I'm an associate program manager at Energy Sciences, and we'll get started. All right. So our agenda for today will cover the 4 topics listed. Implementing sustainability practices is a factor for your business being considered for business. Your business may be overlooked if your competitor has implemented sustainability practices while you have not. Today's training will provide sustainability resources so that you can gain a competitive edge. And once again, this webinar is being sponsored by DTE and is provided as a benefit of your MMSDC membership. DTE recognizes the value of sustainability in their operations and suppliers. Sustainability is quickly becoming a priority on a supplier's performance score. Because of that, the main goal of today is to give you an overview of the basics of sustainability in relationship to the supply chain, an understanding of how waste reduction benefits your business, an understanding of how to set targets and goals to reduce waste, and to provide resources and examples of how to create a sustainability program so you can meet and exceed DTE's supplier sustainability requirements. By now, most of us are familiar with the concept of sustainability, but what does it mean for your business? How do you benefit? As you can see, sustainability has multiple definitions. In general, our focus is on supply chain sustainability, which is a holistic view of supply chain processes, logistics, and technologies that affect environmental, social, economic, and legal aspects of a supply chain's components. Or, simply put, sustainability is doing business in an ethical and responsible way. The three factors of sustainability are commonly referred to as people, planet, and profit, sometimes also referred to as the triple bottom line. Achieving sustainability relies on a balance of all three. Economic or profit refers to using resources efficiently and responsibly in order to operate sustainably. Environment or planet considers the rate of consumption of natural resources such as materials, fuel, land, and water. Social or people considers the ability for society to fulfill basic needs and social well-being of people. Corporate social responsibility, or CSR, is also known as corporate sustainability or sustainable business. It focuses on your business's decision to voluntarily implement sustainability programs. Are you going beyond compliance with regulatory requirements? All businesses have three choices: comply with the law, fail to comply, or go above and beyond. CSR is going above and beyond. Now that we've defined what sustainability is, let's review DTE's commitment to sustainability. DTE has a net zero carbon emissions goal by 2050, is committed to reducing carbon emissions in half over the next 10 years. DTE is the largest producer of solar energy in Michigan, is investing more than $2.8 billion to build 14 wind parks, and sustainability is part of the RFP process for suppliers. Why is sustainability important for suppliers? For corporations and retail customers, purchasing decisions are being driven based on environmental impact. Customers see this as a reflection of themselves. CSR reports are being publicly released across all industries to show how businesses are going above and beyond. Implementing sustainable practices directly affects your business's ability to expand, work with larger companies, attract new customers, and keep the ones that you currently have. Large companies are requesting sustainability surveys to be included with proposals across all industries. These surveys assess sustainability in multiple areas. For example, AIAG manages sustainability expectations for the automotive industry and its suppliers. DTE uses a survey for suppliers, and scoring is a factor in sourcing decisions. An interesting statistic on this is more than 69% of the 600 largest publicly traded companies in the US want their suppliers to address environmental and social impacts, but only 34% proactively engage suppliers, providing them with the tools and the resources they need to develop sustainability plans. What are the top benefits of sustainability? Why are sustainable practices good for your business? One of the top benefits is waste reduction. Waste reduction leads to reduced operating costs. This will result in increased profits, financial competitiveness, increases in job creation, and job security for your employees. Let's review a brief history of when business meant sustainability. Some business leaders believe that production waste is just a part of doing business. but we know that waste is an indisputable sign that a business is losing money. Issues with pollution have led to federal intervention. As you can see on the left, several pieces of regulatory legislation have been created in response to pollution, partially from waste. Some businesses have welcomed the challenge to do better. Amazon has pledged $2 billion as part of its Climate Pledge Fund. Microsoft plans to be carbon negative by 2030. Ford Motor Company pledges to reach net zero by 2040, and Lyft will transition its entire fleet to electric vehicles by 2030. Another piece of sustainability policy was created by the United Nations in 2015. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Businesses, governments, and others are working to achieve these goals by 2030. Among the goals are clean water, affordable and clean energy, economic growth, and responsible consumption and production. Listed are some of the factors which led to the Sustainable Development Goals. Global population is increasing. People are living longer and becoming more affluent. We also understand that natural resources are finite, and greater demand with limited resources will result in higher prices. This means that there are limits to economic and population growth. The goals were created with the ability for businesses to operate and grow long-term in mind, which is why it's important to consider how to do business in a more sustainable way. So why does this matter? Waste reduction and carefully considering the use of natural resources has led to a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. As you can see on the chart to the right, coal use fell sharply in the United States and Europe, helping slow the projected growth of carbon dioxide emissions to 0.6% in 2019, as compared with 2.1% in 2018. What you're seeing now is the sharp decrease in global CO2 emissions as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. No one is disputing the economic damage caused by the pandemic, but as we reopen, we can make changes in how we operate our businesses, reducing operational waste, which can lead to lower overall carbon emissions. How did your business get started with sustainability? To get started with sustainability, begin with securing a commitment from your company's leadership. Establish impactful and achievable waste reduction goals by focusing on natural resources, purchasing, and transportation. Establish ownership of the program, but keep in mind everyone has a role. Remember to track and measure your business's progress and share the results. Establish ownership of the program. Beginning the process of becoming sustainable starts with formulating a strategy, building on the steps we reviewed on the last slide. Determining what it will take to make sustainability a core value of your business with a clear vision statement, and list why you're making this commitment. Build your team and begin to monitor natural resources, like energy and water being used, along with how much waste your business is producing. This will establish your baseline. The next logical step is building a sustainability program for your company. This process begins in conjunction with your other sustainability efforts, and everyone from employees to suppliers should be part of this process. Consider the 3 questions you see on the screen. Where have you been? Where are you now? And where do you want to go? There are multiple resources available to help build a program. We'll review a resource which was created by Pacific Gas and Electric Company, the Go Green Toolkit as an example. The PG&E Go Green Toolkit has 4 sections: developing your green policy, a green business self-assessment, developing, implementing, and tracking your green plan, and communicating your green program. This is a great resource to use while developing and building a sustainability program. Developing your green policy covers what a green policy is and explains why your business should implement one. It includes samples of green policy statements and useful tools for the development of your business's green policy. The Green Business Self-Assessment will help your business establish a baseline. It assesses solid waste produced, energy and water usage, and potential pollution concerns. After establishing a baseline from your business's green self-assessment, you can identify your goals, set reasonable targets for waste reduction, assign responsibility, and begin to measure and track the results. As your business begins to measure and track its progress, don't forget to communicate the results. Identify all the ways to inform your employees, as well as external stakeholders and suppliers about your business's progress to meeting its goals. Be sure to also identify who is responsible for communicating the plan and who will be responsible for getting them the information needed. In addition to the PG&E resource we covered, there are multiple resources available through the EPA, Michigan Eagle, Energy Star, as well as DTE. You'll find direct links and more information in the references sheet. Next, we'll cover a few of these resources. Your business may qualify for a business energy consultation through DTE. A DTE specialist will help you identify ways to save energy, and you may also be eligible for the installation of free energy saving products. For more information, please call the phone number listed, and more information will also be available in the references list. Another resource is My Green Power. When you enroll in My Green Power, your business is supporting more renewable energy on our grid, bringing cleaner energy to Michigan and growing the economy. More information will be available in the references list. Michigan Saves is a green bank which provides affordable financing for businesses and nonprofits throughout the state of Michigan. Financing is available for energy efficient upgrade projects like lighting, HVAC, and industrial equipment. DTE Energy has no relationship with or control over Michigan Saves and any of its affiliated contractors. This information is being provided solely for the convenience of DTE customers. No endorsement is stated or implied. For more information, there'll be contacts and information in the references list. The New Sustainability Advantage was written by Bob Willard of IBM. The book focuses on 7 sustainability strategies which will help increase revenue, improve productivity, reduce expenses, and decrease risks. You will also learn that businesses that implement sustainable practices can expect a 51 to 81% increase in profit within 5 years. A companion resource for the New Sustainability Advantage is the Sustainability ROI Workbook. This provides useful tools and templates which will help your business track the financial benefits from implementing your sustainability program. After getting started developing your sustainability policy and program, you need to set goals and measure their results. When setting sustainability goals, it's important that they clearly define your business's objectives. Keep in mind the 3 factors of sustainability: economic, social, and environmental, and remember to focus on what is impactful and achievable. For example, reducing your business's greenhouse gas emissions or minimizing waste. If sustainability goals focus on determining a long-term objective, sustainability targets are defining when you want to achieve that goal and tracking your progress toward that goal. Remember to include the baseline year and the target year when setting your sustainability targets. Using our previous examples from goal setting, some examples of setting targets are reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 50% from 2005 levels by 2030, or becoming zero landfill waste by 2030. Monitoring and measuring is tracking progress within a defined time. Are you meeting, exceeding, or below the expectations for progress to reach your goal by the target you set? This can be monthly, quarterly, and yearly. The key is being consistent and sharing the results. Tracking energy, waste, or water usage does not need to be complicated. It can be as simple as creating a spreadsheet and entering the totals from utility bills. Think of it like tracking any other kind of business expense. Measuring your energy results is comparing your current usage with the baseline. You can see an example of this on the chart to the right. Energy in the US is commonly measured in kilowatt hours for electricity, for natural gas in MCF or kBTU, and MMBTU for larger facilities. Remember to also track energy costs along with usage. This gives your business a tangible understanding of the savings. Measuring your water results is also comparing your current usage with the baseline and determining if you are making progress to your target. Water in the US is commonly measured in gallons, kgal, and mgal, depending on the size and usage of the facility. Water use intensity, or WUI, is used to determine how much water your facility will require during the years it's occupied by your business. Understanding your landfill waste consists of measuring and tracking the total amount of waste in pounds or tons. This is typically tracked monthly. Your business can reduce their overall total landfill waste by recycling. This diverts the waste, and the materials recovered during recycling can be converted to new materials and objects. There are multiple tools available from the EPA for calculating and measuring greenhouse gas emissions, or GHG. You'll find links to them in the references list. Notice that the EPA Center for Corporate Climate Leadership follows a goal-setting process similar to what we have reviewed. Establish a baseline, set a target for reduction, monitor and track progress, share the results, evaluate, and continue to improve. The Greenhouse Gas Protocol has also set standards to measure and manage greenhouse gas emissions. When measuring your results, consider these three scopes. Direct greenhouse gas emissions, like cars used by the company and its employees. Indirect greenhouse gas emissions, like those from the energy purchased by your business. And other indirect emissions, like transport-related activities in vehicles not owned by your company, outsourced activities, and waste disposal. Setting goals and measuring results is only the first step. The next step is reviewing your progress and continuing to build and improve on it. In this sense, continuous improvement is the commitment to advance the efforts your business has identified, tracked, and measured. You can do this by establishing an EMS for your business and being able to describe it. Understanding what waste reduction achievements mean. What's the dollar value associated with it? How much are you saving? Having a plan to further reduce your energy, water, waste, and greenhouse gas emissions, and also being able to describe it. And continuing to develop your business's sustainability program based on what you learn along the way. Next, we're going to review DTE's sustainability requirements for suppliers. DTE is a founding member of the Electric Utility Industry Sustainable Supply Chain Alliance, also known as the Alliance. The Alliance is an organization of utilities and suppliers working together to create best practices to advance sustainability in both utility and supplier supply chains. The goal of the Alliance is to improve environmental performance and advance sustainable practices for business. TSP is a survey tool that was launched in 2018, which provides an improved framework for the reporting capabilities of the survey. DTE administers the TSP survey in September every year. The procurement team also includes it in their bid packages. This measures the environmental sustainability performance of suppliers and provides a structure to learn, assess, and improve. Participation has increased 400% from 2013 to 2019. The survey covers best practices on governance and management, which include environmental policy, responsibility and authority, controls, improvement plans and measurement, management system rigor, environmental reporting, and some general information. The survey will also capture data, metrics, and targets in the following areas: energy, waste, greenhouse gas emissions, and water. You can expect to see questions similar to these on environmental policy, responsibility and authority, and controls, improvement plans, and measurement. You can also expect to see questions like these on management system rigor and environmental reporting. General information about policies your company has in place will also be part of the TSP survey. Be ready to respond to the following data requests for energy, waste, and greenhouse gas emissions. They closely resemble what we talked about earlier in the presentation. Along with providing data on water usage. Additionally, you'll have the opportunity to respond, further clarifying what your business has been able to achieve and sharing additional relevant information. After completing the survey, your results will be available through a dashboard. This is your RFX scorecard, and you can compare your results with the top and average scores in your industry segment. You'll also be able to see the weighting of each category of the survey. More information about the tool can be found in the references list. Thank you everybody for joining. This concludes today's webinar on sustainable supply chain business practices.
I wanted to thank everyone for attending the sustainability training and again participating in the mentorship program. We appreciate all the time and efforts that you've been giving to it. Special thanks to Michelle, Jennifer, and Alexis and the Energy Sciences team for this fantastic presentation and all the reference information for our mentored suppliers. Also thanks to Venus Randall and the DTE Sustainability team, Jazz Singh, Tony Tomzak, and DTE Energy Supply Chain, and also the DTE Energy Supplier Diversity team, Karen Cozy, Esther Williams, Kathy Toko. I think that's all. Appreciate it again and have a great green day.